Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Russia hit with 3 earthquakes today in short succession. The USGS is really sounding the alarm here, guys. There was a 6.0 magnitude earthquake, and there was another one that just happened not too long ago. That's a 5.0, 10 kilometers. But this is the region that saw the 8.8 magnitude. And a few days ago, there was a 7.7, a 7.4, now a 6.0. So this region is still shaking. Alright, so very concerning, and we're going to see what's going on here, guys. The USGS is keeping an eye on this one here. There was a 5.2. Give me a second. Let me just pull up some of this information here. 5.2, a 5.1. 4.4, 4.6, 4.4, and this is the big one today, 6.0. Alright, so we're going to see what's going on with all this news here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. The USGS on Monday, September 15, 2025, recorded 3 separate earthquakes in Russia's Far East in short succession, according to USGS event pages for the 3 shocks. So the clustered timing and proximity of the earthquake raised questions about potential seismic sequence in one of the world's most geologically volatile regions. Kamchatka sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, where tectonic plate activity frequently triggers earthquakes and volcanic eruption. The latest tremors underscore the need for continued monitoring and preparedness in a region with limited access and infrastructures. Guys, ever since this 8.8, the USGS and all these experts are sounding the alarm that people need to start preparing. So they are monitoring these events, and also preparedness is, basically number 1 priority, safety and preparedness. So the West Coast is also sounding the alarm that it's time to get the earthquake building proof ready. It's time to get the earthquake insurance, and it's time for people to start preparing, getting their bug out bags or emergency supplies. Was there an earthquake in Russia today? Well, yes, I just took it to the USGS. 3 moderate earthquakes struck off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula early Monday, shaking the same offshore region within a 2-hour window and drawing attention to heightened seismic activity in the North Pacific. Now, the first and strongest earthquake, a magnitude 5.2, hit at 12:06 a.m. Universal coordinated with UTC 63 miles east of Kamchatka at a depth of 21.8 miles, according to USGS data. About an hour later, a magnitude 4.6 earthquake followed, roughly 57 miles northeast of the same city, registering at a depth of 35.3 miles. The third earthquake, a magnitude 5.1, struck at 1:39 a.m. UTC time, just 57 miles east of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, with a depth of 37 miles. All 3 events, which happened just after noon local time in Russia's Kamchatka region, were reviewed and confirmed by USGS National Earthquake Information Center. No immediate damage or injuries were reported, and there were no tsunami warnings issued. Now it says here, the clustered timing and proximity of the earthquake suggested a possible sequence of related seismic events. However, experts have yet to confirm whether they represent a foreshock, main shock, aftershock pattern, or independent ruptures along the same fault zone. So experts are not have not yet confirmed if this is some kind of aftershock. At first, I'm thinking it's aftershock because from the 8.8 magnitude, but it seems like it might not be an aftershock here. So Newsweek map shows the locations on Monday Monday earthquake in relation to the July 30th mega quake that registered at a magnitude of 8.8. And ever since that 8.8, there's been multiple 7-point plus magnitudes. Multiple. Wow. September 15. Where is Kamchatsky in Russia? Kamchatka, located along the volatile Pacific Ring of Fire, is one of Russia's most seismically active regions. Perched on the edge of Avancha Bay in the Russian Far East, once again, Kamchatsky is the capital of Kamchatka and one of the world's most isolated major cities, accessible only by air or sea. Now, the port city is surrounded by snow-capped volcanoes and rugged terrain, adding to its seismic vulnerability inside a tectonically active zone. But despite its isolation, Kentucky remains a hub for scientists and tourists alike. So what happens next? Seismologists will continue to monitor the region for aftershocks and analyze the sequence for patterns that could indicate increased seismic risk. Let me take it back to the USGS earthquake map really quick, and that's what's going on right now. .0 magnitude earthquake. Give me a second here. Whoops. I want to take it to this one. So Saturday, I think it was Saturday? No, I think Friday. Yeah, Friday, a 7.4. A 7.4 struck on Friday at 10:37 p.m. Today, September 15, Monday, magnitude 6.0. So it's the same region. It is the same region. Jews know, and I'm gonna skip that name, Russia. All right, so these two right here is in the same region. So this happened Friday, September 12th. At 10:37. This one happened at 12:34 p.m. So we are definitely seeing strong earthquakes still occurring out there in the far eastern part of Russia. Alright, so I want to go to the next earthquake here. Now we're going to go with South Carolina, the East Coast. And there's been a lot of news coming out of there, guys. Let me pause some of these videos here. There we go. First earthquake of month rumbles under part of South Carolina that's felt lots of tremors. Seismic activity returned to South Carolina over the weekend as an earthquake was recorded in an area that's recently experienced lots of tremors. The Palmetto State's first earthquake of September was a magnitude 1.7 earthquake at 8:27 p.m. Saturday, according to the South Carolina Emergency Management Division. The earthquake was near Shoals, which is the Greenwood County area where 16 earthquakes were confirmed in a 10 span in August. South Carolina Department of Natural Resources Geological Survey data shows. Now it says here, Saturday night earthquake was recorded near the surface of the ground, according to the USGS. Now, prior to this weekend's seismic activity, the most recent tremors in South Carolina was a 2.0 magnitude earthquake that hit the Greenwood County area on August 27. USGS data shows that there were 2 earthquakes in North Carolina earlier last week, with one just north of the state line with South Carolina in the Wasman area, according to the USGS. Give me 1 second here, guys. There had now been 29 confirmed earthquakes in South Carolina in 2025. Here's a map. South Carolina fault system. So the blue line is the fall line. It's mostly blue line. The green one is the fault, and the red one is the Dustile shear zone. So there were 30 confirmed earthquakes last year in South Carolina after 28 earthquakes were recorded in 2023, according to State Department of Natural Resources. So history of earthquakes in South Carolina. It had been uncommon for earthquake to hit outside of the mainland area of the Palmetto State, specifically beyond Kershaw County, where 71 earthquakes have been confirmed since the end of June of 2022, according to the South Carolina DNR. That's also where South Carolina most powerful earthquake were recorded on June 29, 2022. On that day, 2 earthquakes, one a 3.5 magnitude and the other 3.6, were included in a flurry of tremors and aftershocks. Those were the 2 largest earthquakes to hit South Carolina in nearly a decade. A 4.1 magnitude quake struck McCormick County in 2014. Excuse me. Anyone who felt tremors and shaking or heard rumbling from Saturday night's earthquake can report it to the USGS. The most recent earthquake mean at least 161 have been detected in the Palmetto State since the start of 2022, according to South Carolina DNR. All but 50 of the quakes have been in the Midlands. Alright, so I'm just gonna save the rest. I'm gonna share it in my description box. But you guys get the picture here. There's earthquakes in various places. Jesus says in diverse places. There's going to be earthquake in places that have never seen quakes or experienced any quakes. So we're going to be seeing a lot of shaking going on in different parts of the world. But the big one that's happening right now is Pacific Ring of Fire. A new 6.0 magnitude earthquake strikes the eastern part of Russia. And give me a second here, guys. I want to see if there's any more updates here. Even India's northeast is hit by a 5.8 magnitude earthquake, but no damage is reported. Afghan people still, again, searching for loved ones. And that's where we at right now, guys, when it comes to earthquakes in diverse places. So I would keep it updated when it comes to this world event that's related to Bible prophecy. Yeah, there's been an earthquake in North Carolina. Hold on. Do you feel a shake? Western North Carolina sees 2 earthquakes in the past week. North Carolina was hit by 2 earthquakes recently, but you may not have felt them. We are definitely seeing some earthquakes in various places. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please share the video. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.